A busy week behind us in politics and a lot more to come, too. Adam Hunter covers politics for CBC Saskatchewan and joins me now. First, Adam, we know politicians are going to go back to work at the legislature, but there are some limits.
That's right. A few rules in place when June 15th kicks off. That's going to be the official start of the abbreviated modified session. It'll be 3 weeks of 14 days in total, each with a question period. But as you mentioned, inside the assembly, a few restrictions. They'll only have 10 government members allowed and 5 members of the NDP. Of course, the speaker and other staff involved as well. What people can expect from the abbreviated session is a budget delivery by Minister Donna Harpower on June 15th and a budget vote on July 2nd. That's the second to last day of the sitting. We'll also have 60 hours available for debate of the estimates in committee. That's something the NDP was pushing for. Now, you may remember that the NDP had asked for a 28-day of full sitting. That was not going to be something that the government wanted to agree to. They were pushing for 8 days with 5 question periods. So they've landed in the middle. As I mentioned, it will start June 15th and it will last for 3 weeks.
When the Premier announced Phase 3 would roll out on June 8th, he stressed at the time it was a target date. But now, getting closer, it looks like Phase 3 will go ahead as planned, even though people did raise concerns after an outbreak was declared in Saskatoon this week.
That's right, Sam. The Premier said yesterday that it's all systems go for that June 8th reopening. He said, one of the reasons is they've tried to prepare those businesses and that are going to be able to reopen on June 8th for that date. They don't want to push it back at this point, and there's nothing as far as a huge number of cases or outbreaks that would force them to rethink that. We know that in some of the provinces and even in Saskatchewan, Phase 1 was delayed in La Loche and Lloydminster because of outbreaks there. But we know that that's not going to be the case yet for Saskatchewan as we move ahead to Phase 3 being open on June 8th. We don't know about Phase 4 yet, and there's a lot of questions about whether some things that are in Phase 4 should be moved up. As we know right now, Phase 3 is a go-ahead, and you mentioned that outbreak in Saskatoon, and we want to just be clear on that. As people hear outbreak and they hear there's a bunch of cases, but that's not really the case. An outbreak can be declared in a hospital or long-term care setting. It's just a way for the government and staff to respond to that situation. In this case, a couple of gatherings in Saskatoon and a few cases linked to that triggers an outbreak declaration. That's just a way for the government and health officials to respond to that situation.
Thanks so much for this, Adam.
You're welcome.
Adam Hunter covers politics for CBC Saskatchewan and joined us in Regina tonight.